Nobody in this generation has ever faced a crisis like this before. We're scared, confused, and we don't know when the situation will be under control. But the world won't be the same after this lockdown. Here's why. Because of a lockdown like the current one, London playhouses were closed most of the time for 10 years between 1603 and 1613. This means a certain playwright who you may have heard had a lot of free time on his hand. During this time, he wrote some of his most renowned works. I am talking about William Shakespeare. Forced into self-isolation, he started writing and produced some of his most famous, dark, and best pieces like Othello, King Lear, Macbeth, Antony and Cleopatra. The list goes on. It's most likely that the references of diseases were the inspiration of the world outside his window. If it weren't for the lockdown of London, would he have ever written those literary gold, or would he be too busy running his day-to-day playhouse company? You may guess. In 1665, because of another plague outbreak, Oxford and Cambridge University closed their doors. Students were sent home to continue their studies, and the young man named Isaac returned to his family, where he self-isolated himself. And little did he know, this time of isolation would be his most productive years. Of course, I'm referring to one of the most influential scientists of all time, Sir Isaac Newton. While taking a walk in the garden, an apple tree, yes, that apple tree, caught his attention. He thought that the force which brought apples to the ground mustn't be limited to a certain distance, and just like that, the law of gravity was born. In 1667, he returned to Cambridge with his theories and he became a professor. These stories give us an important message. When we take a step back from our normal lives, we can see things from a new perspective. It's like the extreme version of why it's easier to think of good ideas in the shower. Distraction from routine life gives our brains a break, so that our subconscious minds can work on a problem more effectively. Maybe a teenager currently stuck at home and started learning how to code for the first time. Those first lines of code could one day transform into the next world-changing advancement. Or maybe a scientist who is currently self-isolating himself and working on a DNA sequence which may unlock the secrets of immortality. Or a teacher currently following his dream to write a novel that could be the next #1 bestseller and become a true classic. Or just maybe a boy who's bored in this lockdown and started making videos will be a beloved content creator in the future. The possibilities are endless. So why not start a new hobby? Write that novel or learn that new skill. You might not get another chance quite like this for the rest of your life. Let's hope you don't. I'm not saying that this is good for your mental health, because it isn't. But you can bet there will be enormous advancements in the upcoming years and you can take part in it. But to take part or even see, first we have to survive this pandemic. Currently, we're facing 3 pandemics at once: COVID-19, panic, and stupidity. Since the past few weeks, thousands of people in the US have taken over the streets. Why? Because they feel their freedoms are in danger. Look at this protest. Most of the people in this protest are not even wearing a mask, just to prove the threat isn't real. 12%. This is the number of Americans who think that America should start opening up, but for some reason their voices are louder than the voices of the majority. And this is a big problem, because with every passing day, more and more people will feel frustrated because the virus is invisible. But we're seeing our economy, our lives, our sanity crumble in front of our eyes. And because of that 12%, soon more people will start thinking about opening up. But it's America. Their people, their economy, their problems. Why should the rest of the world care? This is America we're talking about. What they do has a serious impact on the rest of the world, even the lives of you and me. If people from other countries start following that stupidity, what will be the consequences?
Ich will mein Leben zurück!
It will be a disaster. I understand that there are so many people in the world who are not sure about their future. Their careers are at stake. The uncertainty is overwhelming, and that is why we have to look at the bigger picture and figure out how we can end this crisis soon. And it won't happen if we throw away the only weapon we have: social distancing. It's a must and it's not a joke. We may and will overcome this soon. Till then, let's take a step back so that we can slow down the spread. Care about those health workers who are working in this situation only to make you safe. Don't make their lives more difficult than it is. Stay home and protect yourself. Let's do this to cherish the upcoming future where you and I can take part in. One of us maybe can't make a difference, but together we can make a huge difference. So let's make us safe and secure to see that difference. Let me tell you what this pandemic taught us. Life is short. Jobs are temporary. Health is wealth. Always save money. Prevention saves more life than acting at the last moment. The essential workforce worth more than the players. Oil is useless in a society without consumption. Death doesn't distinguish race, color, or religion. Now we know how it feels in zoos. Humans are the real virus on the planet, propagating exponentially in the one and only host called Earth. The planet regenerates and recovers quickly without humans. And last but not least, toilet papers are more important than food. Okay, before I go forward, let me pause for a moment for the sponsor. Do you want to learn how to code, or graphics design, or animation, perhaps online marketing, but you don't know where to start or find the appropriate tutor? Well, Skillshare got you covered. Skillshare is an online website with more than 26,000 classes. Currently, I am learning Adobe Illustrator by Daniel Scott on Skillshare. And I must say, I learned a lot about virtual drawing. See that fox? I draw it by myself after doing less than 10 classes of his course. And the best part of Skillshare is, you don't have to pay every single time you join a new course. With annual billing, you have to pay less than $10 a month. So no more procrastinate your passion for learning and join Skillshare. Still not convinced? Well, with the link in the description, you will get 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. That means you will get access to the whole Skillshare library for 2 months. And if you don't find it useful, you can leave without paying a single penny. How cool is that? So pause this video and join Skillshare now. Random facts. You may see periodic tables. It provides a great deal of information about elements and how they relate to one another in one easy to use reference. But did you know the only alphabet that doesn't appear on the periodic table is alphabet J? In 2006, a Coca-Cola employee offered to sell Coca-Cola secrets to Pepsi. Pepsi responded by notifying Coca-Cola. Did you know if you cut down a cactus in Arizona, you will be penalized for up to 25 years in jail? It is similar to cutting down a protected rare tree species. Also, the Buddha you see in pictures and statues is a completely different person. The real Buddha was actually very skinny because of self-deprivation. If you point your car keys in your head and press, it will increase the remote's signal range. This works by using your brain to act as a radio transmitter. Some of you may shock after knowing that Washington Square Park, which is in the middle of New York City, was actually a graveyard where 20,000 people are still buried. Later, it was renewed as a park, which is now Washington Square Park. In 2017, a female white giraffe was first spotted in Kenya and dragged a huge interest on social media. Also, last year she gave birth to 2 calves which were white and it also went viral. The reason for their unique color is caused by a genetic condition known as leucism. For having an odd skin color, their body doesn't face any problem. They are just giraffes with white skin. But a few months ago, the mother white giraffe and one of her calves were killed by hunters. And the only white giraffe that is alive today is a male. Many are saying that this white giraffe will be the last one of his race. And do you know why the hunters killed those 2 white giraffes? Only because of their skin. And who is responsible for this? Hunters? No. Us. Because we made this rare animal viral, pointing its location open for the hunters, which made a sick demand of its skin. What can I say more? It's sad. Did you know in a single hour the amount of power from the sun that strikes the earth is more than what entire world consumes in 1 year? We should use more solar technology. Okay, that's all I got for today. I hope you learned something new. By the way, did you notice I didn't put any glasses in my specs? Congratulations, you got tricked. If you want to know why I did this, you have to watch the next video. It's a must. Anyways, this was my first video, so it will mean the world to me if you follow the rituals. You did it, right? Okay, bye. What? You are going without subscribing to me? That's sad. You know what? I like numbers. So what are you waiting for? Just do subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay happy. I really need the love of a barber, but because of the lockdown, I can't go outside. I did experiment with my hair and back then, I thought it was cool. Just look at my face. This is how I was looking back then. Fingers crossed. I really don't want to be bald.